This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. A lot of us spend our lives wishing we had more time. Love more time. The question is, time for what? If time was unlimited, how would you use it? The best way to squeeze that special thing into your schedule is to know what's important to you and make it your priority. Therapy can help you find what matters for you so you can have more of that. Learn how to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/IDK today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/IDK. Thank you to our sponsor, Shopify. Shopify makes it easy for you to show up exactly the way you want to. Customize your online store to your style with gorgeous, flexible templates and powerful tools. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/IDK, all lowercase. That's Shopify, shopify.com/IDK. Now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/IDK. Did you know that nearly 75% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about? Completely forgotten about. Before I started using Rocket Money, I thought I had, 9, 10 subscriptions. How many do you reckon I had?
30?
No, it's ridiculous. But I had double what I thought. I had 19.
Oh.
I had 19. I cancelled 10 subscriptions because of Rocket. I'm not kidding. Rocket Money saved me, and each subscription was about $14 a month or something. I'm making bank. I could not believe it when they showed it to me, and the money I was paying subscriptions each month between streaming devices, fitness apps, delivery services. It was never ending. Thanks to Rocket Money, I'm no longer wasting money on the ones that I forgot about. I'm only using the ones that I got, the ones that I like. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/IDCAT, IDKAT. That's rocketmoney.com/IDCAT, rocketmoney.com/IDCAT. Water. Sand. Which one should you drink if you're dehydrated?
Good one.
You might find out, and I don't know about that, with Jim Jefferies. And Jack and Forrest.
For Dune 2? Is that why you did Water and Sand?
Man, I'm trying to see Dune 2. I'm going out of my way to see Dune 2. My son wants to see Dune 2. But
Seeing it tonight.
I got to be honest with you. Dune 1, fuck, I've tried about 7 times.
You didn't like it?
It's so slow.
Oh, I dug it.
And the whole movie there's no levity to it. There's no bit.
No.
There's no bit where someone just goes, hey, it's good seeing you. No, and not even that, like, all right, that's enough of training. What are we having for dinner? There's not that. I'm not saying there has to be gags, but it's just for a second, for one moment in the film, don't all speak to each other like this the entire time. Put your hand in this box and it gotta.
Still, my favorite part, it's like 2,800 or whatever, and you have like Paul's army's coming.
Yeah,
It's all just normal names. Kevin's coming.
Names always come back.
I guess so. And the bagpipe stuck around.
We'll meet him more and talk with him more later. Michelangelo Falcon, our guest, is here today. If you guys are wondering who's
Michelangelo was. I say in the next, because we record this bit second. We always do the guest first, record this bit second. So we've already done the podcast. It was a good one.
Yeah,
stick around.
Don't turn out yet.
The nudity. I think it's the most nudity we've ever had.
I think so.
And we normally have a little bit.
Yeah. Lots of nude, lots of dicks.
What do we got for gigs, man?
This week you're going to be in Grand Ronde, Oregon, at the Spirit Mountain Casino. And then next week, Des Moines, Iowa, Des Moines Civic Center, and Kansas City, the Midland Theater.
South Africa coming up?
So May 22nd, May 23rd, Des Moines and Kansas City. And then South Africa, April 12th and April 13th. And then all the other dates are on jimjefferies.com. I am going to be at the Factory Theater in Sydney, Australia, April 24th and 26th. There are tickets on my website, on my Instagram, at Forrest Shaw, ForrestShaw.net. April 24th and 26th. Please go if you're in Sydney and buy tickets to that. Right now, it's part of the Sydney Comedy Festival. And I keep saying I'm going to have dates. I will eventually have the dates for the Comics Lounge. I believe it's going to be May 2nd through the 4th, but we don't know.
And we've got the scheduled LA show that we've been talking about forever. It's in December. It's on
Yeah, that
sale
was
now.
moved to December 14th.
December 14th.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps asking me when's my show in LA going to happen. December 14th. And we did a live podcast and it did really well. But
Yeah.
it's
So go to jimjefferies.com for all that the new LA shows on there. All the shows leading up for the rest of the year on there.
Correct.
Well, there's one show that needs to be taken off.
yeah. There's one show that needs to be moved. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, you people.
Atlantic City. And then Foreshot. And I also have a show with JJ Whitehead, May 11th, as part of the Netflix Jokes Festival.
Yeah, how did that happen? You two. I saw that advertised.
We're cool. We're part of the festival. May
All
11th.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hollywood Hotel.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
And then IDCat Podcast is our Instagram handle. And yeah.
And the doohickeys are doohicking.
They're hicking around.
Hicking around. If you
I
wanna
got
see
some dates in the
doohickey.
works. I'll let you know. Fans.
Now let's meet our guest, Michelangelo Falcon.
Michelangelo just appeared. Just boom.
There he is.
That's the magic of podcasting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being on the podcast, Michelangelo. But now it's time to play.
Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Judging a book by its cover.
Okay, now normally I look at someone on a Zoom and we look at what's in the background. And so I've only got this space. Is your specialty soundproofing?
No.
Okay, so look, you got a nice watch, jewelry, Travis Scott's on. Is it fashion?
It's in the realm. I'd
In the
say.
realm.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
close. You're close.
Ah.
That's a good hint.
You've got your necklace. You've got. What, is that a Star of David or a
Star David.
Star of David? Is it Judaism?
That's, I mean,
Now you
told
wait.
you-
Oh.
which
No, we're just gonna change.
yeah, which is always a fun podcast. You'll never get in trouble. Is it okay? No, not fashion. Okay, is it got to do with a actual physical object?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
So we're talking about an actual physical thing.
A physical object that's in this room. Many times. Or several times.
Technically, all the
Oh,
time.
several times.
All the
Is it Thor Cox?
I count 8 of the objects.
Oh, you can't. Oh, cameras.
No,
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not eight.
microphones.
Not 8.
That's 4.
Lava lamps.
there might be
lava lamp
8.
in here? Oh, there is.
Fucking, you know what? The lava lamp is the most underestimated. Okay, everyone, whenever you get like, they cost like that lava lamp over there would be $40 tops,
Yeah.
right? Whenever you get it, you go, "Where did you get that for?" And then as soon as you turn it on, you go, "Oh, it's about to happen." And then when it starts lavering up, you go, "It's all right, that."
Worth it.
Yeah, I love a lava. I'm gonna go buy a lava. That one's a nice one. It's got a bit of Art Deco in it. I love me a lava
All
lamp.
right, stay focused. Realm of fashion.
Realm of fashion. Is it shoes?
You're close. Yeah, I mean
Sneakers.
Sneakers.
Sneakers,
Correct.
I would have sneaked it up a bit more. But what
As soon as you walked in, you commented on Michelangelo's shoes too.
I did, yeah, I
as soon
did.
as you went.
Well, the Travis Scott's, I have the brown and the whites one, and I get a lot of compliments on those, and I wear them I just wear them. I don't hold them as this holy grail. I wear.
You didn't know who Travis Scott was when you
I
bought
didn't.
him.
I thought Travis Scott was a designer, and
He creates McDonald's meals.
Yeah, I'm like, he does McDonald's meals and shoes. But it was when all these people got trampled at the concert, I was like, that's the shoe guy.
Not the shoe guy.
Well, let me introduce Michelangelo Cosmic Falcon, great name.
Yeah, man.
Is a singer, songwriter,
Real
and,
name as well.
and businessman. Michelangelo is the owner of. Did I say this right?
It's Equvalence.
Equvalence.
It's pronounced
What
the
was
exact
that?
same.
Of
We
course.
just took a letter out.
There's a letter missing. The eye's missing, but it's Equvalence, which is a sneaker and clothing store here in Los Angeles, right in Ventura Boulevard.
Yep.
Boba N Tings, which is boba tea and a collectible store, and Questions Clothing. Michelangelo is also a global brand ambassador for El Cristiano Tequila. He brought me some. I can drink this.
I wish I could. I wish I could.
And he has a new
That
sneaker
was-
product he is promoting, QUIQCleaning.com, which is like a sneaker cleaner.
Yeah,
right?
it's a high fashion carrier.
I think you brought one for all of us.
My Travis Scott's need it desperately.
There you go. There's
I
yours
was
right there,
I was
yeah.
at my
Just
Give
kids'
it back to me so I can hold it up
I was
again
at my
later.
kids' baseball practice the other day wearing them, collecting balls in the dirt whilst the popped hemorrhoid was pouring out of my ass. Like, there's a lot of cleaning to be done.
Last podcast.
That was
Yeah,
a really
it's a
bad
reference
site.
to a
That's
thing.
that was a bad
So it
one.
is Equivalence. Yeah, that's where I met Michelangelo. I was selling
Popped
some
hemorrhoid.
sneakers.
Oh, you're
of
selling
mine.
sneakers.
I had a bunch in storage, and so that was. Anyways, it's a really cool store. If you live in Los Angeles, you should go check it out. You live right down the street from it. You gotta go there, Jim.
I bought up okay, so I like to wear Converse on stage. I've always worn Converse on stage.
Really?
Yeah, just it's something that I did when I was poor, and then when I had money, it was still like a thing. And then I don't know. There's something about when I'm on stage. I don't want something too cushy. It's just you get comedians are like baseball players.
Yeah.
We get very superstitious about that shirt works, that shirt doesn't work. These if I don't wear these shoes, am I still funny? Things like that. So for the most part. And then they brought out the Converse 2s, which is when Nike bought them, and they put the nice inner soles because you're very flat-footed.
Or you were just barefoot on stage.
Yeah, we're just they're very
You're
flat,
basically barefoot.
very flat-footed in a pair of Chucks, right?
Okay.
And then they bought these ones, and they have like the tongue has the elastic on the side, and all the type of stuff. And then no one fucking bought them. No one bought Converse 2s, and Converse were just like, we're getting rid of them, and I stockpiled. Because they're the comfiest Converse on earth. So
so much better.
I even gave Jack a pair. I think there was one that was.
You gave me one?
That was wrong. I bought the wrong size for me, so I gave.
How
Jack
Converse has looked in the sneaker world,
Well, I think you did some research on this too, but a lot of people don't even know that Converse is just a universal shoe. It's not even like a sneaker shoe. It's like everybody wears Converse. Me personally, I've only worn a pair of Converse once in my life, and it was by force. I was on set. They're like, "This is what your character's wearing," and I'm like,
You were foot raped?
yeah. I just never been a fan of them. Like, they don't have no arc support or nothing, but I love how they look on other people for sure.
Great, Jim.
I used to have like colorful. I've done that thing where you design your own, but I have no eye for that, and I've done the wrong thing. But look. There's something about them that you'll see them in a movie from the 1960s or 50s or like that, and then they still. They've got to be the most timeless sneaker of all time.
They were like the original basketball shoe.
They were the original, like Chuck Taylor was a basketball player.
I can't even understand how that's even a thing. I played basketball majority of my life, and I couldn't imagine playing basketball in a pair of Chuck Taylors.
All right, well, here's what we're doing. Let me ask some questions. Go ask a Chuck Taylor question and stuff. We'll get there. Yeah. What were you going to say? Go ahead. Finish.
My son has a couple of problems with his arches or something like that.
Yeah.
He got an inner or something, and he wears like different. He's got. One of the fun things about having a child, and I have to be very conscious of this because you don't want to spoil your child, is I can't look as a man my age, father, a husband, all that sort of stuff. I can't buy 50 pairs of sneakers. That's stupid. But if I see a really cool pair of sneakers, my son's feet are growing. He needs the sneakers. So I try to. So sometimes I vicariously live my sneaker life through my child, and the Anthony Edwards is the hot one at the moment. The apricot with the black, those ones. They're very popular.
You got to go to a store. It's on Ventura.
If you're an 11-year-old right now, they're the the reverse Grinches or whatever. I hear about this all the time.
Kobe sixes, yep. They just brought them back.
Yeah. The reverse Grinches.
All right, let's ask some questions. I'm going to ask Jim a series of questions on sneakers. At the end of the questions, you'll grade him on his accuracy of these answers, 0 through 10. 10's the best. Jack will grade him on confidence. I'll grade him on how hungry I am. And if it's 21 through 30, Nike Air Force One. That's a good score.
Yeah, that's a good one.
11 through 20, Reebok Pump. I don't know if they make
I
those anymore.
love a Reebok Pump.
0 through 10, Karl Malone's LA Gear Catapult. Remember those?
No, that never made it to Australia.
No,
I know
I had
that
those.
Shaq was in LA.
Wait, you had those, Eric?
Really?
Yeah, they sold them at Payless, and my family didn't have a lot of money.
Oh, jeez. Why are you going to make me try and
bring
feel
it down?
Do you want me to read to you about the LA? Like this is the catapults, the LA Gear Karl Malone catapults came fully equipped with the power feedback system and a heel mechanism designed to absorb the shock of your foot's impact and redirect the energy back into your foot to help you jump higher. That's what they said.
That had to be before I was born.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That had to be easily before I was born.
Yeah, these are them. They're very ugly shoes too. But
oh, they're like a rip off of the Jordan 6, low key.
yeah, they're not good. You don't want to. That's not what your scoring wants to be. So here's some questions, Jim. Where does the word sneaker come from?
To make a guess, I would say the word sneaker comes from they're a quiet shoe to wear on your feet. They help you sneak up on things. So every other shoe with a heel makes a kunk, 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 and you can walk quietly in sneakers.
As sneakers became popular in the 1920s, what brand became the most popular?
In the 1920s.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's way before Nike. That's but I would say in the 1920s. Okay, so Adidas and Puma are brothers. I know this much, right? And they German, and that was. I'm going to say, as I would say as an Australia, Adidas, but for the American viewers out there, Adidas.
Okay.
You're doing pretty good. Who was Chuck Taylor?
Chuck Taylor was a basketball player that had was the first player to have his own shoe with the Chuck Taylor All-Star. Early 1942.
What is Michael Jordan's role in the history of sneakers? Like, just briefly.
Okay, well, I just said Chuck Taylor was the first person to have a shoe named after him, but in the modern era of basketball, Michael Jordan was the first player, because if you watch that Nike Air movie, you had Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and all these type of people. They were all signed up with Converse, and they were all wearing the weapons.
Okay, so first person, modern era.
The first person to have a shoe completely designed for their foot in the modern era.
Describe like a sneakerhead, what that means.
A person who has a lot of sneakers, man. And it knows a lot about sneakers, thinks about sneakers, comes in sneakers.
What is the significance of the term OG in sneaker culture?
Original gangster. OG. I don't know.
What is the significance of the term dead stock?
Dead stock would mean that it's a sneaker that you can no longer get anymore. It's out of manufacturing.
What about the term bread? B-R-E-D.
Bread.
B-R-E-D.
Is
no
it,
A.
Oh, B-R-E-E?
B-R-E-D. Bread.
Bread. Is it an acronym?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't even know what it is.
Then it's an acronym.
What does it mean?
He went with the safe answer.
That's a letter that's spelled B-R-E-D.
Bring red Eric.
Got it. Nailed it. What is the significance of the term collab in sneaker culture? Like, what does that mean? Like, not only what does it mean, but like, give an example.
Well, the Travis Scott is a collab. So the Travis Scott's Air Jordan 1s, and they've had a change to them where you put the swoosh back to front, and that's a collab where Travis Scott came in and designed.
What does Quick Strike mean?
Quick Strike means that is a shoe that was brought out at a very limited release.
And Hyper Strike?
Hyper Strike, big release.
Okay.
Everyone's got one.
Okay. In 1987, which sneaker brand released the first ever basketball shoe with a visible air unit in the midsole? This one's easy.
So say the year again.
1987.
And visible what?
It's like a visible air unit.
Oh, air unit. That was Nike Air.
What sneaker model is often referred to as the dad shoe?
New Balance.
Model.
All New Balance. I've never bought one. It could be the most comfortable fucking thing in the world. New Balance, you have to put more effort in than just the letter N in a block font on the side of your shoe, like I meant to wear it. And then I get told by fucking dorks that are always like this, oh no, once you try New Balance. I don't want to try it. I'd rather fucking be flat-footed in me Converse and comfortable in New Balance.
Which sneaker brand collaborated with fashion designer Virgil Abloh to create the 10 collection?
I'm going to say Skechers.
Do you know what that is, the 10 collection?
No, no idea.
What are Yeezys?
Yeezys are that guy who gets in trouble with all the people. The woman,
You're not wrong.
The woman with the bum and the Kanye West.
Okay, so
Kanye West.
Sneakers and sneaker.
I'll tell you what Yeezys are.
Okay.
The ugliest thing that's ever been made in art history. I think they're fucking atrocious looking, and people who bought them, because we have a friend, Amos Gill, who we all love. He
wears them.
In a way, we like Amos, right?
Yeah.
Amos, he loves Kanye. So Kanye could have made a shoe that was just looked like a hunk of shit. Right, just like one of those dog poos that you get out of a gag bag when you're a kid that you put down. You think this will be a bit of fun, and he would have bought them. But I think they're really ugly. They're too bulky around the sides. It's meant to be an extension of your foot. an extension of your thing. It's not meant to be an alien fucking spacecraft is attached to your foot. You're looking at me like you have very different opinions on this.
I'm trying to imagine which Yeezy, because there's so many different models. So I'm trying to imagine which Yeezy you have in your mind.
The one that's all the rubbery bits coming off, and then the bits in the toe, and it's just oh my god.
I don't know what you're talking about either.
I think it's talking about the Croc version.
The crocky version,
Yeah,
yes.
can't be the other version. I don't want to say no names until we go through these.
Yeah. Well, we'll get back.
I think it's the Croc.
I have
one.
very exact opinions on clothes. I'm not a very fashionable guy, but I take care. I put effort.
We got a couple more questions. We'll get back to it. What sneaker brand is known for its collaboration with Japanese fashion label? I'm not going to say this right. Comme des Garçons. I think that's right. Garçons?
What?
Garçons.
It's Garçons. It's
Garçons,
Comme des
yeah.
What
Garçons.
sneaker
Brand.
Brand.
All you got to do is a brand.
I'll say Reebok.
Reebok. And do you know anything about this collaboration? What?
Yeah, they collaborated.
That's an interesting.
They
answer.
got together, and they
What sneaker
both shoes are lefts.
What sneaker model became a cultural icon?
Both shoes are made for banded feet. That's the Japanese. Okay.
That's
What
Chinese.
sneaker?
Ah, shit, Jack. You've outed me as the bastard I am.
I quit.
What sneaker model became a cultural icon after being featured in the film Back to the Future 2?
Back to the Future 2 was Nike, and they
What are the names of them?
electronic laces.
What are they called?
And you put your heel in. Zik. They were just Nike Airs. I think Nike Air high tops.
They
Yeah.
have a name, but which sneaker brand released the first ever sneaker designed specifically for skateboarding?
I'm going to say that's Vans.
Okay.
I like Vans. Like I, as a kid, Vans were the cool shoes, and Converse. Comes back to being poor. Vans were the cool shoes you could afford, and also look like I don't really give a fuck. I'm just a Vans sort of guy.
I like
But now, as I'm older, I find Vans very hard to get on. I get psoriasis on my finger, and you got to put your finger in the end of it like a fucking
You don't have a
shoehorn.
shoehorn?
Yeah, for my Vans.
I have a shoehorn for all my shoes.
Yeah, but what about when I'm out in the wild
I bring
and
them
I
in
want to
pack.
go into a swimming pool or something, and then I didn't bring me shoehorn.
Pack a shoehorn on the road.
I like to say
Long
that.
shoehorn.
I don't
I'd
have
like
those
to say
problems.
that to the people at the Swiss Army knife. Hey, put a shoehorn in there.
Hope they're watching.
No one's using the little
That'd be useful. Yeah.
No one's using the little magnifying glass. No one's using the file.
I don't think that could work. But
No one's using
Shoehorn.
the saw.
No, I've used the saw.
You
used the saw?
I've legit used the saw.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have.
We take that one back.
What did you use the saw for?
Let's just say that person isn't around anymore.
Okay.
No, if you're like cutting off a little branch or something like that, you know.
Well, when were you
just-
doing
cut off
that?
branches
When were you
for?
doing that?
Okay. I'm in the Boy Scouts. I want to do a fire.
You're not in the Boy Scouts.
I was. This is when I used the saw. I didn't say I used the saw today. When I
forgot you're in the
used
Boy
the saw, I was in the Boy Scout.
I never truly understood the Swiss Army knife because it had 6 blades and all of them were like just as dull.
Yeah.
They were just shaped differently. That's what I'm saying. How'd you like decide to choose the saw over the 6 other ones that are just as sharp?
out of all nations in the free world, the
Okay.
Swiss probably have fought in the least amount of wars of anyone. They're a landlocked country with mountains. All the tunnels that go through the mountains at a button can be pressed down. They can lock down. It's the same reason Afghanistan's never had a problem, because they're surrounded by mountains and people can't attack. No one can attack Switzerland. It's a fucking pain in the neck to get into. That's why they're always neutral in wars, World War II. And they're like, we're neutral because people are like, we can't fucking get it even if we want to, right?
Yeah.
That's been hundreds of years. The Swiss Army knife is only like 150 years old. Never seen battle.
Never.
It's never seen battle. Famous around the world. Never been. There's never a soldier's never carried it. They've never like finished like killing a whole lot of people and gotten a toothpick out and gone aha like that.
Yeah.
It's never happened.
Closest thing is for it to be used as a can opener.
Oh yeah,
Like the closest.
it's
thing.
got a good can opener.
Yeah.
It's got the tweezers you can use, but you'll
It's got
lose.
like the baby. Some of them got the baby scissors.
The scissors are excellent.
The scissors are
Toothpicks.
clutch.
Scissors are excellent.
Scissors are sharper than the actual knives that they put
those
in there.
scissors
You
are
got a
mean
bit of
business, yeah.
loose thread.
Yep.
Oh, those scissors, no one does it better.
All right, guys, back to sneakers. What is the most expensive sneaker ever sold?
What's the model or what's the price?
Both.
Yeah, I think both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say it was an original. This is a guess, right? I'm going to say original Air Jordan ones, the Chicago, the black and red ones, game worn by Michael Jordan first season.
Okay.
And I'm going to say $2 million.
All right. When this is a question I meant to ask at the beginning, but I'll ask now. When was the first sports shoe or sneaker made, and by whom and where? Earliest version of a sneaker.
I'm going to say the first sports shoe as we know it would have been made by Fred Perry, and that would have been the tennis shoe. Oh, actually, Fred Perry's too young for that, right? But I'm going to say a tennis sneaker to be worn at Wimbledon, because you got those track shoes that just look like slippers with spikes coming out of them, right?
Yeah.
But an actual, like a rubbery, like you could wear it, you know. I'm going to say 200 years ago, tennis.
200 years ago. That doesn't. What is that? 1824.
That might have been like even before shoes were even invented.
Yeah, 1824.
You're thinking people didn't have shoes in 1824?
I'm thinking they're like putting a cloth on the bottom of the foot.
You're trying to tell
Like a
me,
sack,
like
like a
back in
potato
the
sack.
day, like back in the old days, that fucking Tchaikovsky and all that was just sitting around barefoot,
A little potato sack and a little string to tie it up.
string
around
and
the ankle.
sacks. You think they had powdered fucking wigs but no shoes? Shoes all day. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. A lot of us spend our lives wishing we had more time. The question is, time for what? If time was unlimited, how would you use it? The best way to squeeze the special things into your schedule is to know what's important to you and make it a priority. Therapy can help find what matters for you so you can do more of that.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of therapy. I've had hard times in my life and I've used therapy and it's helped me get through. I always believe that a problem told is a problem halved. You can get things off your chest, things that you're holding in, things that you put in your little box in your brain that is worrying you. And also, you know what I do, stupid? I always, when I start to feel better, I stop doing therapy because I go, oh, I'm better now. It's good to use therapy in the good times so that when a bad time hits, you're ready with the tools to help you out. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched up with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time at no additional charge. So you don't have to be stuck with one therapist you don't like. You talk to him, you go, I don't like this person. You get rid of him. It's like dating. Learn how to make time for what matters and what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/IDK today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/IDK. When I started podcasting, an online store was the furthest thing from my mind. I was mostly thinking about like girls and skateboarding. I think about skateboarding more than I should and less than I can.
I didn't know you thought about skateboarding ever.
I think about it like once a month, but it's too much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the furthest thing from my mind. Now I'm selling. We sell things. We sell merch for this podcast. Plus, me and Jack have started selling my LPs. If you want to listen to me on vinyl, if right now you're sitting in your car listening to this in a digital platform and you think, I would like to hear it with little crackles and pops, well, go to JimJefferies.com because it's so easy, all because of Shopify. Selling a little... What the fuck is that? What's that, Jack? Selling a little SFX
I think I'm supposed to put in a sound effect there.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack's meant to put a sound effect in there. Here we go.
He read the smile to camera.
I thought that was selling a little cha-ching. And I was like, what is that? That doesn't sound like a good thing. All right, selling a little cha-ching or a lot of cha-ching. Shopify helps you do your thing however you cha-ching.
Now smile at camera.
Disappointed.
Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business, from a launch your online shop stage to a real life store stage, all the way through to, did we just make $1 million?
Oh.
Cha-ching! Shopify is there to help you grow, whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits. Well, that's another business. Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Wherever, whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout. 36% better on average compared to other leading e-commerce platforms. Now, I know that was hard to read, but I think you got the gist. And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. They got AI, man. They got AI. Jack, tell us about Shopify and what you've been doing selling the albums. Go on, give it to us.
I'm building the back end right now. It's very easy. It comes with like a web template, and you just have to put in the URL later. And it's been very. You can put the amount of stock you have, and then it'll tell you when you're running low.
We have 10.
We have more than 10. We have a lot. We have 15.
I'm going to fill you on a little secret. If you want to get nominated for a Grammy, you have to have 1,000 audio pressed copies of a record to qualify to be for a Grammy. For many years, I thought maybe a Grammy would be a thing that I could win. So and I've got 9 specials. So that means we have 9,000 records in my garage, ready to be bought at any time. But thanks to Shopify,
we do have merch coming, like you said.
And we do. We have hats and T-shirts and different stuff for the podcast coming.
Are in.
Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in America. So all shopping online that you do, 10% is done by Shopify. And Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds. Love us some Allbirds.
Allbirds is good.
And Brooklinen.
Brooklyn?
Sheets. Brooklinen. I had Brooklinen sheets in my bed. Really good sheets. And they make other stuff too, but I love their sheets.
They're not one of our sponsors, but there's a shout out for you, Brooklinen. But they work with Shopify and millions of others, entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way because business that grow with Shopify. Sign up for the $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/IDK, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/IDK now to grow your business no matter what the stage you're in. Shopify.com/IDK. Did you know that 75% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about? Before I started using Rocket Money, I thought I had 18, 19. I thought I had 8 or 9. But I had about 18 or 19. I'm not kidding. I had double the amount that I actually thought I have. I could not believe what I was paying. It was just money going down the drain, subscriptions each month, between streaming, fitness apps, delivery service. It was never ending. Thanks to Rocket Money, I'm no longer wasting money on things that I wasn't even using.
Yeah.
Right? I've been trying to save money for a while, but it seemed like my bank account was stuck. You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, I heard about Rocket Money and gave it a try. It turns out that I had a bunch of subscription I was paying for that I'd forgotten about. Rocket Money helped me cancel some of them. They actually help you cancel some of them. They go out of their way to help you. And now I'm finally starting to see my bank balance go up. All because of Rocket Money and the successful touring career. I've always struggled to find time to manage my finances, but at the end of the busy week, the last thing I want to do is spend time and money budgeting all my expenses or tracking down customer service teams to cancel old subscriptions I no longer use. But now I use Rocket Money and they've done it all for me. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spendings, and help lowers your bills so you can grow your savings. With Rocket Money, I have full control over my subscriptions and a clear view of my expenses. I can see all my subscriptions in one place, and if I see something I don't want, right, like I had a subscription to the Doohickeys app. It's a whole thing.
We're very expensive, yes.
Very expensive app, $10 a month. Bloody hell. Rocket Money can help me cancel it in a few taps. I love how the dashboard shows me the month's spending compared to last month, so you can actually follow your spending and see where you're saving and see, like sometimes I have certain things where I've got like a sports app and then I'm like, because I like a certain sporting team and I buy that app and then I find out that it's just on regular TV anyway and I'm just using this app as a thing that maybe if I'm on the road I'd use the app, but that is so rare that I do it. Is it worth $20? No, right? Rocket Money will even try to lower your bills for you by up to 20%. And all they do is submit a picture of your bill. All you do is submit a picture of your bill and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. They deal with the customer service for you because so hard is you ring them up and you go, I want to get rid of this subscription. And then they're like, but sir, you have a subscription. And I'm like,
they make you feel bad.
These companies in India, right? Rocket Money has over 5 million users who have saved a total of 500 million in cancelled subscriptions. Think about that. 5 million people have saved over 500 million in cancellation subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's features. Did you find any subscriptions you forgot about? Have you done it?
Yeah, I think this was a question to you.
Yeah, have you done it?
Yeah, I told you I had like 3 Netflixes.
You got to do it. Yeah, you had 3 Netflixes.
I was paying for Netflix 3 times somehow.
Yeah, and they don't tell you.
Yeah, they never tell you.
They don't tell you. They don't tell you. But when you do
they
that...
just let you pay for it. No problem.
Okay, can you not delete those
email.
3? Can you go on the 3 accounts and watch my specials 3 times, just for the ratings?
Oh, sure. No, they're already deleted. I already did it with this,
I cancelled an extra Netflix. I cancelled... there's a lot of things as well where me and the wife had double things as well. It's like, once you get married and we live in the same house, maybe... we should just have one of these streaming things each.
You merge your bank accounts and you merge your streaming services.
Yeah, no. We won't be merging the bank accounts, Jack.
Only streaming service.
No.
Streaming service.
Jack's
phone bill.
ideal world when I find a lover.
Yeah, that would be like merging a watermelon with a grape. Stop wasting money. I love you, honey. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/IDCAT, IDKAT. That's rocketmoney.com/IDKAT, rocketmoney.com/IDCAT.
All right, Michelangelo, how did Jim do in his knowledge of sneakers? 0 through 10, 10's the best.
I think his history in sneakers was actually not that bad.
Yeah.
And then his knowledge on the more modern culture, I think that was the second half of the questions. That was a little off.
Not as good.
Yeah.
So what do you?
1 to 10. I'll give him like a 50-50, so but
5.
a little bit over. Well, 6. 6 out
Okay,
of
6, not bad. How do you do on confidence, Jack?
Confidence wasn't great. He
It
started
wasn't?
admitting being wrong and saying this is just a guess.
Okay, well, so we have to start getting rid of confidence with how was he lying.
I mean, that was essentially it. I mean, yeah.
Some days are really
But
good.
sometimes you're confident in your lie, but today you're just like, oh, I don't know, this is just a guess. It's a 5.
Some days you're clearly wrong, but super confident.
That's the thing.
It's all about your fortitude. Depending how you deliver something, it's believable.
Yeah, true that.
It was 5 in confidence.
5.
Sorry.
All right, so that's 11. You like Reebok pumps? I'll give you a 1. I'm not that hungry, so you'll be a Reebok pump.
I remember Reebok pumps. And I want to say Reebok pumps. I'm going to say 1990. Was that about the year of the Reebok pump?
Are they still around, Reebok pumps? Or
Loosely.
like, I mean, used ones, right? Or
Used ones, and I think they brought a new pair back like 2 years ago. And
Yeah.
I think they're planning on bringing another pair back.
yeah.
Shaq was the original person for the Reebok pump. He
We
was the first
believed if
person.
we went and it was tighter around our foot, that would make for better.
What were you pumping up?
Air.
There was air pockets.
But where? Where?
Air pockets all through the
It
side.
was,
sides.
it was on the
all
sides,
through the sides,
on the heel.
and you went, and it all tightened in on your foot to make it really tight. Because we believed back then that would stop ankle injuries for some reason. And then there was a release button that went, and that was as satisfying as having your first cigarette after quitting for 6 months. It was.
And there was a dunk contest where who was it in the dunk contest? He had D Brown, I think.
Yeah, and he pumped a couple of times.
That was his dunk. He just goes, and then he dunked. You're like,
It's helping. Of course, I'm jumping higher. 2 pumps, an extra inch. 4 pumps, 2 inches.
They did feel good though. When you put them on, it was
They were
nice
comfortable.
to wear
They were comfortable.
when it tightens around your foot, it's nice. But
Just really bulky.
Reebok really dropped the ball, didn't they? Because they were somebody.
They had
right?
the questions with Allen Iverson.
All right, I'm
That's
gonna
amazing.
test you. Where are Reeboks from?
Ooh, see? Ooh, that's
I
a
looked
good
this up the
question.
other day.
I know this. Where
You
are
know this one?
Where are they from? First, give me the country.
See how you know this? I want to say Australia.
It's on the fucking label. It's a Union Jack. They're from the United Kingdom.
Really?
But they're from the north. They're from a town called Bolton, England. Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading how
They still have the Reebok factory up there. Well, one of the factories.
Well,
not,
that-
obviously not
Active? It's still active?
they're still Reebok. That's the head of Reebok is still from Bolton.
Well, and that's so the original earliest sneakers and stuff. Because I threw this question in there. I don't know if you know that, but the earliest sneakers debuted in 1876, made by the New Liverpool Rubber Company. And so that's where the first, and they're rubber-soled shoes. They're also called plimsolls, which is like the line, on boats.
The British still call rubber shoes plimsolls.
Do you know what a plimsoll is?
They still call them
No,
that.
do you know what a plimsoll is?
No.
I know this from when I boating. When you see a giant freighter ship and it'll be a color up here and then there's another color on the bottom?
Yes.
That line right there is called a plimsoll, and the boat should never be lower in the water than that. That's how they can, just as an eye test for freight loading. So they know if the water line is above that other color,
There's too much weight.
There's too much weight in it. But it looks like a sneaker. Like you have the color there and then you have the one color there.
Interesting.
That's what I call them plimsolls. I want to throw that in. I didn't know if you knew that.
If a lady just has a rubber sole with just a bit of cotton on top, they call it like a very thin type of, more of a disposable-y type, like not a high-end shoe, just something for comfort and ease. They call them plimsolls.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then the word sneaker, you got it right. They're quiet shoe to help you sneak up and thing. The term sneakers.
Okay, so in Britain they call them trainers.
Can't believe you got that right, by the way.
Right?
I would have never guessed that.
So in Britain they call them trainers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? And Australia's, we call them sneakers as well.
Okay.
And then you guys call shoes kicks,
Yeah.
which I assume is because
Kicks
you
is like,
kick with
Kicks is
them.
new age. I don't think that term
Yeah.
didn't get adapted to like, I want to say 80s. To like
Yeah, I think
88.
80s,
So
yeah.
after Air Forces were dropped, dunks, I think that's when you were like kicks. And I think it just kind of came from like kicking around.
Nice kicks.
And, yeah.
I called
Yeah,
everything
kicks.
a tennis shoe growing up, which
That
obviously
too.
is
Some
wrong.
people, I think it really depends on your like environment and where you grew up,
Yeah.
And like if you're around like he said, like originally some people thought sneakers were really only for tennises, like for tennis or some basketball. So it really depends on like that boating situation. I mean, I'm a city boy, so I wouldn't know about boating.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, that all sneakers. Okay, because remember the fad in the early 90s of Nike bringing out cross trainers, and they used Bo Jackson.
Yep.
And then we were like, you can play tennis, you can play basketball, you can run, and it's like at the end of the day you can do all these things because even like the basketball players. I went the other day. Two of the players at the game I went, they lost their fucking shoe. Right,
Yeah.
they were playing and the shoe fucking fell off. Right, and it's like because they're not wearing high tops as much anymore because they believe that because we always believed that was what stopped an ankle injury.
Kobe was the one that debunked that. So Kobe, when he released the Kobe 4s, that was everybody was like, whoa, they're a low top, no way, like you need the high tops, you need to tie around your ankle and all that kind of stuff, which like if you kind of do it, is like you're supporting it. So what Kobe figured out was he looked at soccer players and was like, wait a minute, first off, soccer players never have ankle injuries.
And they have people diving at their ankles, sliding into
Never
their ankles.
have ankle injuries, and then he realized they all wear low top shoes, and then he realized it's because their ankles aren't being supportive, so their ankles are actually building enough strength by itself, so that way it cannot be hurt, it can overstand it can withstand like the flexibility, rolling your ankle. So he removed the high top from his shoes, and from the Kobe 4 on are all low tops.
Also, it was Kobe, huh?
Yeah, it was Kobe. Kobe was the one that really was like, they always made the high and low, but Kobe was the one that was like, no more high tops for me.
I was just thinking that too because
He played soccer.
I went to that Lakers Clippers game the other day, and I've noticed it for the last couple of years, but I was like, everybody has low tops on there, which I like better too. And then because there was like a 3/4 for a while, there was the high top, and then there was a 3/4, and I always would go for the 3/4 because I didn't like the.
So
stuff
to me, it made sense. So when I played basketball, because at one point in time I was trying to be a professional basketball player. When I played basketball and I did roll my ankle, you know how they give you that ankle brace? They're like, oh, you got to play for a couple weeks in the ankle brace. But every time I put the ankle brace on, my ankle, like the bone inside, kind of felt like it was floating in water. So I never wore it. I took it away, get away. I was like, I'm not wearing it. This doesn't feel safe because now it feels like it's floating in water. It's like too supportive. How's it gonna heal? And then I was always back within like 2 weeks instead of like the 6 weeks that they told me. So when that released, I was like, oh, this is smart. And I switched over low tops too with Kobe. So
Thanks, Kobe.
yeah.
I just switched over to the wrong thing. Okay. Let's jump across. Oh, and so the sneakers was correct. Those are the United States, where it was kids sneaking up around and on teachers and stuff like that. Let's go to this. What is Michael Jordan's
What
role?
else should it be?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
No, you know what?
I would have
No.
never guessed that
When I
exactly.
read that, I was like, oh, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
No, I thought that exactly
I
what
want
it
to be
was.
sneaky.
No, you know what was a word? Remember the other? Oh, man, not that.
What were
like, I
ninjas
call-
wearing? Sneakers?
Yeah,
True that.
yeah, they should be called ninjas.
Yeah.
It was maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and remember, I came to the realization that news means new.
You didn't come to it. I told you.
Yeah. But it wasn't that was never apparent
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
called news.
Kind of spelled.
We don't call it the olds.
Yeah.
I know, but I
Otherwise it'd be
never
called
thought of
olds.
it that way. I always thought of news as just a word.
It's new information. That's why they always go breaking news, and you're like, you've been breaking this all day. CNN will have breaking news. Breaking news. It's not breaking. It's just newish.
Am I an idiot then?
News? Yeah, everyone knows that
Okay,
news means that.
yeah.
News.
I don't know.
Newspaper.
I think it can go over somebody's head for sure.
No, to me, news was just a word that was like, we're going to report on some stories, not like this is the new stuff that's happening.
Yeah, it's just the
And
news.
it's the same thing as, you know what? I don't prejudge words. I accept them for what they are.
You don't think about the etymology,
Yeah,
you
like
just
sneaker.
accept
I'm just
them,
like
yeah.
sneaker. Yeah, that's what the word is.
He
for
welcomes
sure.
them.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't.
very good.
However they
He's very
identify
good.
themselves.
It's good that he does that because he prejudges people's race really badly.
He's accurate though.
That's my dog. What is?
What are white people like, and they're not prejudging of words?
And being filmed on a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm jumping ahead here. What is Michael Jordan's role in the history of sneakers? You said the first person to have a shoe design for them. I mean, that's pretty.
That's pretty much, yeah.
But like he's.
I enjoyed that movie. I thought that movie. You must. That
Yeah.
must in your business. That must have been a movie to watch.
Yeah,
right?
that movie. I think that movie was really well made, actually.
Really well made. You didn't really see him. He just sort of, it's like we've heard the mythology of like, we always knew that he preferred Adidas and all this type of stuff, and then he went to
What was his percentage that he like?
I think
his mother got him a really good percentage
Yeah.
at the end of the film. That was the whole thing.
No, I know, but what is it? Do you know, Dan? Does anyone or?
I think she gave him. I think they originally started off with like 25% or something really high.
Yeah.
It was the first. I don't know. You'd have to look it up, but it's like 25%. But the real thing about it was, I think the biggest deal about it was he retained ownership of his name because they labeled the shoe. It was like call it. So he retained ownership of that name. So if Nike were to stop, which they did get into a fight about this in I want to say 2009. They secretly got into a fight, Nike and Jordan, before because they wanted to bring back the Nike Air. I don't know if you remember Jordan 3s at one point in time removed the Nike Air from the back and they were putting the Jordan logo because he wanted to be his own Jordan brand.
Yeah.
And for him to put the Jordan back, the Nike Air back on it to bring the shoes how they were originally released in '88, Nike was like, well, you're your own brand. So guess what? We need a bigger cut. Because he was already Nike was taking a smaller cut at the time the moment he slapped his own logo on everything. And then they're like, if you're going to put the Nike Air back on it, then we want our original cut from 1985 back. And the way they found a middle with that, they just raised up the price to $60. So that's when the shoes went from 160 to 220.
Yeah, there was just one day when they were like, I remember when I was a kid, I was like,
once it started coming with the Nike Air.
So now you've got like Luka Doncic. Am I saying that bad? Doncic?
That's right.
Luka Doncic. He has his own shoe under the Jordan.
Yeah.
So he has Luka Jordans. It has the Jordan label on it.
Jumpman, yeah.
Well, there's
Right?
so now Jordan is kind of like a sister company of Nike, but even though it's still under
Right,
Nike.
Russell Westbrook's. His are also
Right.
Jordans.
So
on top.
they're actually now they're doing signature models for the players, and I think they commission, but it's not the same deal that Nike did with Jordan. Nike essentially that deal was kind of like, hey Jordan, we're gonna create a shoe business for you, but it's gonna be under Nike still. This is your business. So they develop. It's almost like if Adidas, instead of the brothers Adidas and Puma, instead of Puma making his own, if Adidas was like, hey, you want Puma, cool, but it's gonna be under Adidas, but it's still gonna be its own company.
So let's talk about those two. Are they getting along yet, Puma and Adidas? I was right saying German, two brothers.
Yeah, they're two brothers. For sure.
Both in the
one's name was Adi Dassler. So I didn't know. And then
I didn't know he named Adidas after himself.
Yeah, and the other one was Rudy Dassler. He was Puma.
He wasn't Adolf. I thought one of them was an Adolf. Or is that the Coors Brewing Company?
Was it what?
Was one of them called Adolf?
Addy is Adolf.
Yeah, he was Adolf.
Yeah, but you don't want to be Adolf.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be Adolf.
Well, this was like the 20s,
too?
the 20s and 30s.
Throw the name away.
Yeah. In the 20s and 30s, you would have been okay, actually.
It is Adolf Coors.
Yeah. Adolf Coors is the beer, and then Adolf
Dassler.
Adolf Adidas.
Wow.
Dassler. Yeah.
Dassler.
That was a very popular name at one point, and
That was the name. That was the David.
Bring
You're German, yeah.
it back. The old names are the best. If the next dictator is called Tarquin, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Hold on. Bring it back. So if you met somebody with a kid and their name was Adolf, you'd be like, cool, good
it's
name.
still a little too
judge your
soon, I
parents.
think.
Addy's a nice name.
Addy. Okay.
I
fine.
tuck my chain and judge the parents. Kid's name's Adolf, huh?
Yeah, Addy Dassler.
Yeah, you must have been fucking. Because I do a whole routine at the moment about how no one has a little tiny moustache anymore. Like you're never allowed. Like except for Jordan, who had one for a minute.
Yeah.
But if
Just out of pocket.
but no one's allowed to have a little tiny moustache because there's one bloke, and no one's allowed to be named that. You can't have a company. There's not even the surname. He killed off he killed off a lot of things, but he killed off anything associated to him in any way. If he wore his watch on his right arm, no one would do it. We'd all go, no, you have to be.
Yeah,
elected.
he had a very big cultural impact, it turns out.
He did.
So I will say, okay, so the Air Jordan, I want to say, what was the ones with the little puffy bit on the ankle? I bought them again since, and they had the holes in the sole. Maybe 4s or 3s or whatever.
No, if they're a low high top, maybe.
No, they were a high top.
Yeah, Jordan 13s.
Yeah, they were the ones with the red, sort of, they came in black with red or white with, okay, and they had the bit you could pull up at the back.
Yeah.
Right, and then the next one afterwards had a little scoop cut out of it on the ankle bit, like a little bit there. Anyway, so I was 14 and I came to America on long story, but I was an exchange student in San Diego for 1 month. I came from a very poor family, but if you go to the Rotary Club in Australia and say I'd like to travel, people will just send you places.
Australia's an amazing
It's a
place for
fucking
that.
weird thing. Anyway, so I went there, but the big thing was, in Australia, and this is before the internet, if you buy clothes anywhere in the world now, it's pretty much the same size because I can buy things from Amazon and they're going to send it to me, right? But back in the day in Australia, we were led to believe that everything that we bought was 3 times the price. If you bought jeans, 3 times the price. Shoes, 3 times the price. Because, it's a long way to get here. Mm-hmm. We're far away.
Oh, yeah, they were hitting you in Hawaii. They were hitting you guys with import tax. At one point in time in Hawaii, I think it was like going around where like, don't order a pizza when you get there. It's going to be $100.
Yeah. So I'm talking 1989. Right, 1989 or 1990, a pair of Air Jordans in Australia cost $300 Australian, something fucking ludicrous back then. And over here, they were $80 American, and they were considered very expensive then.
Yeah.
Which is now, what are they, $200 and something dollars now?
200, 220 is
which is about the money conversion from $80 back then. Yeah, off the shelf, right? And I just came out and I'd saved up my money and I bought that pair of Air Jordans and I was like, fuck yeah, man. Because kids in Australia couldn't afford them. No one had them.
Too expensive.
No, too expensive. So to come back with a pair of Air Jordans, that was the holy grail.
You were the kid.
And so when I got older, and this is about 3 years ago, whenever I do something, I buy myself like a watch or something nice. If I record a comedy special or I finish a TV show, you get yourself little rewards or whatever.
Little celebration gift.
One of my celebration gifts I got for myself was buying the same pair of Air Jordans that I had when I was 14. And
what pair was that?
It was the black ones with the. I can't remember the bloody ones, but it was the one he won championships in them, right?
Okay. Oh, you talking about the Jordan 6s?
Yeah. It was
the pull tab in the back.
Yeah, the pull tab.
The 2 holes in the
and little ferrated holes all through the thing.
Yep.
And then it was all circular, so like triangular stuff.
Yep.
And I was talking to Forrest about it the other day.
Model.
Yeah, the beautiful shoe.
I
still have, right? And we were talking about this just the other day. They were also dog shit proof. If you got shoes with ridges,
lying.
Converse as well. Converse will stick in. You'll be scraping out forever. Those Jordans, they had those little holes. You could just spray it with a hose, and the dog shit would just fall out. Pound for pound, that's your greatest dog shit shoe that was ever been made. And back then,
walk your dog with it.
back then, that was an important thing to have. Now, with people picking up shit, give me ridges in my soles. Because you look at, like, my brother came out here to visit me over Christmas, and he brought a pair of LeBron James shoes, and they have a street map of Akron on the sole. Is it Akron? I think it must be Akron.
Akron,
probably.
Ohio, yeah.
Yeah. So it's street map. Those things would be a fucking nightmare in dog shit. You don't even want to get involved.
Well, you'd lose the map.
Oh yeah.
The map's gone.
Although it would look more accurate to Akron.
Oh god.
Sorry, LeBron.
Just to wrap
I'll
up.
never gig there. Hello, Akron.
Just to wrap up here, Addy and Rudy, which I'm assuming is Adolf and Rudolph Dassler. Adolf Dassler started Adidas. Rudy Dassler started Puma. And I don't know if this is a fun fact, but track star Jesse Owens wore Adidas when he won 4 gold medals in the 1936.
They're the best shoes.
So he was wearing German shoes.
They were the best shoes. But like, it doesn't mean that those two lads, because they were German, were inherently bad people.
No, I know, but that's the Olympics where Jesse Owens, isn't that the Hitler Olympics?
That was before the war as well.
Yeah,
that was before the war.
Right in the mix, like before it.
That was right. That was the year that Hitler was Time Magazine's Man of the Year. Here in America.
That didn't age well.
Adolf Hitler.
Time magazine for sure.
Adolf Hitler, a mere 2 years before the war broke out, was Time Magazine's Man of the Year.
Time's like, ooh, because a little early with that.
Because he sorted out that Germany. Hey, they were in a complete mess before he came along. And Time Magazine front cover.
Have you guys ever seen the fun fact of like what he like blames his triggering point in his life was? Getting kicked out of art school.
Oh, that's
He said getting kicked out of art school. There's a fun fact that getting kicked out of art school is where he really like.
No, because you've probably had friends like this as well who fall off the cliff. Conspiracy theories. This. The whole world's out to get me because life didn't work out for them just how they wanted. Look, if like everyone always goes. If you could go back in history, would you kill baby Hitler? Right? Now, of course I wouldn't. I would go back in history and just buy 3 or 4 paintings.
Yeah.
I don't have to kill anyone. And also, it would spruce up my apartment.
Just build his confidence a little bit more so he doesn't hate the entire world.
Like, come on, they're not going to be expensive.
But you kind of want him to kill people to make the paintings worth more.
No, I would not kill. I would not kill baby Hitler. But toddler Hitler, he'd get it.
I'm coming for you, toddler.
Put it down, Hitler. Put it down.
Yeah, because he'd be annoying.
He'd be with a pot and pan. Hitler.
One more thing is, I don't know what his original deal was, but Jordan's deal now is he gets 5%. And in 2022, the Jordan brand earned $5.122 billion. So he gets 5% of that.
Yeah, I saw some stat that they expected. Their predictions were for him to sell $4 million worth of shoes, and they sold a lot more than that.
Yeah.
What is the significance of the term OG in sneaker culture? You said original gangster.
Yeah,
that's
what it means.
Well, that's where it pulled from for sure. It just means OG, original. Exactly what it means. It's just the original pair. So, like, if you were to have like an OG Jordan 3, obviously it'd either be considered an OG colorway, like the black cement, the fire red, one of the original 4 colorways they released in 1988, or it'd be that 1988 pair if you had the sole swap, because some of them just fall apart now.
And this is the terminology like you would use with other people that have sneaker stores, or people
I mean, with my employees at my shoe store, like I consider the OG like our like hero products. Like out of like, because now there's a thing like almost like 15 colorways of like every model now, or every 10. But I tell them like, hey, like the original colorways, the OG colorways, these shoes, like we want to keep these in stock. Because it doesn't matter how old the person is, what generation, everybody knows this colorway. You know, you're gonna walk into my shoe store, you're gonna see like a Joker 3, and you're gonna be like, I don't know what the hell this is.
I'm gonna be around.
But you'll know what
the
the Black Cement 3 is, or the Fire Red 3, the one he wore when he did the dunk contest. You know.
You know what's crazy to me when I was in your store is there was a woman before me, and she was selling used shoes.
Yeah.
That blows my mind that you can sell used sneakers.
Well, you gotta think about it. It's almost like now it's corresponding with the watches, how we were talking earlier. It's like, you know, you can spend $600 on a brand new pair, or you can spend $400 on a worn one-time pair.
Yeah.
So like, or like slightly worn, and like obviously the condition, you know, really helps with the pricing. When I first started collecting, because I didn't come from a lot of money, I grew up poor as well. My whole collection was just all used, and I actually started buying really, really beat shoes, or like shoes that were like really worn that some people didn't value, and then I brought them back to life, and that's how I really started selling shoes.
All right, do we have a little bit of time for me to tell a 5-minute story?
We have time, yeah.
All right, okay, because I don't know if people knew this yet. So my father, who is a carpenter, well, he's retired now, older man. He was a carpenter, and for the last sort of 10 years of his life, he had his own carpentry business, and then he worked as he was the head maintenance man at a girls' private school in Sydney. And so he used to wear maintenance guy. He used to go to work in green overalls and these black work boots that the school gave him, these work boots. My dad was very good at taking care of things, so he had certain boots. He kept them clean and polished them and made sure they were nice and that type of stuff. And then he thought, they kept on giving him a new pair of shoes every year, and he thought, I'll just keep collecting those. I'll wear my original shoes, and then when I'm retired, I'm going to have shoes right until I die, right? Right? He's like, I'm going to always have shoes. I'm all good, right? So he has these work boots, right? So cut to, he retired 15 years ago. He's in his 80s, right? 65, he probably retired, right? And he's about 67, 68, and he goes, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to crack open a new pair of those shoes, right? So he gets one of the boxes out like this, and he fucking opens it up. You've heard this story before,
Yeah, I remember it now. Yeah.
Right? He opens up, and when he pulls out one of the shoes, and the glue on the sole, the heel has just come off. It's just been sitting in the warm. We didn't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
Warm Australian sun in the back of this wardrobe, and the soles come off. And so these shoes would be one of the only few shoes in the world that are made and manufactured in Australia, out in the suburbs of Sydney, way out in the boonies, 2-hour drive from where my dad lives. Right.
Right.
He fucking gets in his car. He's got like 2 of the pairs of shoes that aren't working. He drives all the way out to the factory. This is him telling the story, and he still comes off weird. He goes all the way out there, and he goes up to the thing, and he goes like this. He goes, I've got these shoes, and never been worn, brand new, and the bloody soles have fallen off. And they're like, well, we're so sorry, sir. We'll replace those shoes right away for you. Thank you. And they open up the box, and they pull it out, and the sole's falling off like this, and they go, we haven't made this shoe for over 8 years, right? And he goes, yeah, but it's new. And they said, it's not new. We haven't made it in 8 years. He goes, yeah, but it's new to me. I haven't worn it. It's been sitting in my and they go, sir, if you had a car in a garage, right, and you never drove it, it doesn't mean that it's a new car. And he goes, I'll tell you what I know about fucking cars, mate. It was still bloody work. He goes, I'd still get that fucking engine to turn over, right? And he goes, bloody, and then he goes, fucking hell, I always tell people to buy Australian. I should have bought them off the bloody Chinese. These are shit, right? My dad goes, these are fucking shit. You make shit, you do. You make shit. Then the guy, my dad's leaving, and he told him, yeah, fuck off. Keep your fucking shoes, right? He's walking out. The guy chases after him out in the car park. Hey, take your shoes with you. You've forgotten your shoes, right? And he goes, you keep them. You made them, and they're fucking shit. And then the guy said, and this is a quote, you're a gay ass fucker. Now, I don't know where that came from. This is just 2 old Australian blokes arguing in a car park, right? I'm not saying gay ass fucking I'm pro or against or anything. I'm just saying this is the quote that my father went. And then he goes, and then I looked him in the eye and I pointed at him and I went, well, you're shit. And you can't get lower than shit. And he started throwing my shoes at me, and I was dodging him. Pew, pew, pew. Now, one day, Jack, on this podcast, just so we know how word perfect this story is, we should call my father up and get him to retell it.
We could do it 2 podcasts from now.
Anyway, that was the thing. So my dad went back to a shoe store with 8-year-old shoes, and they threw them at him in the car park. Right. That's an afternoon right there.
How did it get so heated so fast?
Because he called him a gay ass fucker.
He drove 2 hours.
Wait, he drove 2 hours. He drove
about that.
Because that's the thing about retired people. He's got 2 hours.
He's got time.
He's got 2 hours.
He's like, I'm going to figure this out, and it's happening today.
These are work boots. They were worth $60, maybe. These were
the
real.
gas alone.
Yeah. The gasoline alone, yeah.
Plus, didn't he have like 6 other pairs still?
But those ones, the soles hadn't fallen off.
The glue was fine.
I know, but he's fine with shoes.
He only brought the bad ones out. Those ones were no good. He's still wearing these fucking shoes to this day. It's been 15 years later.
He's going to have brand new shoes for the rest of his life, right?
Got them for free. Good work, Gary.
What is the significance of the term dead stock in sneaker culture? You said you can no longer get it. Is that true?
That's on the cusp of the original meaning. So in the sneaker culture, dead stock actually means brand new, never worn. But in the retail culture and where it actually came from, it actually means it's dead stock. So like technically in like the early 2000s, they made it a sneaker culture meaning because it'd be like you pull in before the internet, before like all this stuff where you can buy a shoe in New York from LA. You'd go into a shoe store and you'd be like, yo, what do you guys have stuck in the back of the stock room? Because they would have like, full size runs of shoes, and then you'd always have them on display. But you couldn't, if you only have like a size 9 left, you can't have that on display no more, because you're just gonna have people walk in all day and night. Can I get a 10? Can I get a 12? And you don't have it, so they'll take that size 9 down and they'll put it in the stock room. It'll be brand new, just sitting, being dead stock, because it can't be sold. So that's how the dead stock terminology was made, and then sneaker culture adapted it, because basically any dead stock, stock in the back of the stock room was always brand new and untouched and perfectly pristine.
The box is good.
Now, I'm a size 10, which is quite small feet for my height, right? But I'm a size 10, and I find sometimes I go on and my size is always sold out. Popular size foot 10, 11, 12, 13. These are 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's your prime, most people's feet, right? Is it because sometimes when I look at like fat people, right? Okay. And I stare at them and then I put my cock away. No, wait. Sometimes when I'm a fun guy.
I was just gonna say you're talking about me, and then I was like, oh,
he sat back to wait to see what you were gonna say.
Sometimes when I look at fat people, I think to myself, and I don't have a problem with it per se.
Okay.
But how? Okay, and I'm a big fella. I'm a big bloke, right? If I buy a leather jacket, right? Leather's an expensive material. Suede leather's, but the person who's an extra small versus a person who's an XXL, they're paying the same price.
Yeah.
Right? Is that okay? So why the fuck does Shaquille O'Neal get to pay the same for a shoe that I get to pay? Is what I'm trying to say.
So I don't think Shaquille O'Neal pays the same, because he wears like a size 24.
Custom.
Yeah, 24.
He gets them custom made, but I think they disperse the cost from the size 8 all the way to size 13. I'll tell you one, any of your little girlfriends don't pay the same size.
I don't have any little girlfriends. I just have a little wife.
Okay, well, your wife doesn't. Their wife doesn't pay the same, because it's size 7, like 7Y and younger. Don't pay they don't pay the same price as the adult pairs.
My son's feet are growing at such.
Oh, your son actually.
My little girlfriend. No, my son's feet are growing at a fucking alarming speed, and so it's like I've got a 2-year-old as well. So now I'm like collecting all of his cool sneakers, and I'm like, maybe in 9 years these are going to be real retro, like high end ones for the next kid. Who knows?
What is the significance of the term bread in sneaker culture?
That came from nicknaming the Jordan shoes. So there's black and red.
Yeah, because there's
black
a lot of
and
shoes.
red. So it is an acronym, but it's 2 words, not every letter. So it's just black and red.
So black red shoes are called breads?
Breads.
Yeah. There's a lot of
bread 1s, bread 4s.
I'm teaching this to my kid when I get home. He's going to love that.
Breads. What is the significance of the term collab in sneaker culture? It's like the Jim said, Travis Scott, Air Jordan, like collabs. Yeah,
collaborations.
When did that start? Like, what was that?
Actually, well, it kind of like corresponds with one of your other questions, but Nike SB, the skateboarding, actually started the collaboration.
Oh, you can go ahead and talk about that.
Oh, yeah. So, like, Nike SB, when Nike launched their skateboarding section, other than original collaboration where they give a sports player his own shoe and stuff, they were actually doing collaborations. Like they did De La Souls, they did the Tiffany Dunk with the Nike with Tiffany brand, with Nick Diamonds. They did what else? I mean, MF Doom, you name it. Like Nike SB actually started the collaboration culture, I would say, and that's where it really. Where they were just actually...
I remember those De La Souls now.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about it, before, a collaboration was kind of like giving a sports player, like, hey, we want you to wear this shoe, or we're going to make this your signature shoe.
Yeah.
Nike SB was kind of like, hey, this is the Nike Dunk. This isn't your shoe, but we're going to make your own colorway of it.
Yeah.
So they did there was so much controversy around it, because they did a Freddy Krueger one that Universal wasn't happy with. And they had to burn those all up, and only a couple of them are surviving right now and go for a lot of money.
Those are the ones you want.
Yeah.
The ones
I had some Kurt Cobain Converse.
No.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
still got him. Yeah. They were almost denim-y, and they had his signature stitched into the heel. And as they got older and more holy, because Converse, if you watch fucking trains, planes, not trains, planes and automobiles, train spotting.
Yeah.
Right? It's a real junky shoe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something about Converses, they get more ratty and more tear that
When I used to skateboard, would use Converse actually, not even though I like Vans, and you would like them to be worn down, like get a hole in the side, because it was like for some reason that would help you grip on ollies more. In my brain, I think I thought that.
I don't think that's a real.
Yeah, I would have holes. I would skateboard so much I get holes in the soles and the sides of. That's the last time I wore Converse.
It's like you said, once you get comfortable with a shoe, it doesn't matter sometimes how beat it gets. You're like, this is my shoe. This is how I perform the best in.
That shoe I pulled it once and the lace just snapped off. Dunk. And so I tied and it's got a knot in it, just like right here, and I still keep those laces in because it makes them look more run down. Yeah. I'm gonna wear Kurt Cobain Converse next podcast.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, those are like OGs.
I got you some that in hindsight you might not like. Remember, I got you those Clippers ones.
Yeah, I got those. Yeah.
Clippers.
I gotta get those. I forgot I had those. I got those one.
So collab. So I guess we could talk about some of these. Let's skip ahead. What does Quick Strike mean? Hyper Strike. Jim said Quick Strike.
Where did I put those?
Very limited release, and Hyper Strike is big release.
I've got them.
Yeah.
So Quick Strike and Hyper Strike originally came from like one. They used to never. Well, it was leveled in tiers. So like a lot of these shoe stores were in tier 0, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Like tier 3 would have like the Jordans that everybody gets, the team Jordans, tier 1, and tier 0 would have like the most rare sought out. And then so Hyper Strikes and Quick Strike originally before the internet was invented because they wouldn't even announce those. They were just Quick Strikes and Hyper Strikes, and they were like way more limited, and Nike would just send them over to like, you know, any of these really like super famous shoe stores that only have like one location, not to Foot Locker. They'd go to that street store. It wouldn't be at a mall. And same thing goes back to Nike SBs. Nike SBs were like for example, the What the Dunks. They were like such a Hyper Strike that nobody even knew they were dropped. Not even people at Active. Like I was able to get a pair. Like you just walked in, they were like, these came in today, and I guess we're selling them.
Oh, like nobody knew, until you get them.
Nobody knew.
So Hyper Strike is even more limited than Quick Strike.
Yeah,
Quick Strike
Hyper Strike was like boom. This store, like it'd be like 10 in the morning. The store would be like, hey, these just came in, and you just like rush your way over there, especially before the internet. And then of course once they started doing the vlogs and people used to be announcing them more, then you started doing the camp outs.
That must be good to be like a size 16 though in that situation. Just
they
don't make those in those size. It'd be good. I mean, not even because like realistically, say if a store has like 18 pairs, they're only making one size 13.
18 pairs.
Yeah, they get 18 pairs. Yeah, I've camped out before. Where I was number 18 and the guy behind me is like bawling out, crying.
I always like when you get like so when you have a baby, right? You can buy babies little shoes. So before my son could walk, he had a pair of Kyrie Irving's Nikes. Like it's like the guy can't jump and it's got like air in the sole.
I remember my mom got him some campers. Like and I was like, well, he'll be done with these in 3 weeks.
Yeah, but they're cute though.
Yeah. In 1987, which sneaker brand released the first ever basketball shoe with a visible air unit in the midsole? He said Nike Air. I mean that's
correct.
What sneaker model is often referred to as a dad shoe? Is it New Balance? I think it's an actual.
It's not really a sneaker model no more. Now it's more so just actually the silhouette. So now the dad shoes are being made by every brand.
Silhouette.
The silhouette. So like the Yeezy 700, like the real bulky, like.
I don't know what silhouette means or what.
Silhouette is like the shape of the shoe or the shape of something, like the silhouette, like the shape of something. So I would say like the more bulkier or like the more like the dad shoe. The dad shoe is like the runner shoe. But isn't like for the professional runner, just bulky. Like you want to go get groceries in, pick up the kids from soccer.
Is this what, these?
No.
It's a running shoe.
Yeah, that's like a full-on running shoe. A dad shoe.
Yeah, I run a lot, as you know. You know I'm a big runner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
these are comfortable.
Yeah, Kanye West, he made a dad shoe that was pretty popular. The Yeezy 700. That one's really bulky. So that was like considered a.
I think that's the most overrated.
And that one actually started the dad shoe craze.
But people love them. People love them. But it's.
Not that
started the dad shoe craze. It was like
Yeezy 700. See, that's
and then from there, people started like exploring around like Sauconys and New Balances and Asics. And right now, dad shoe is like real big. I mean, Drake's
Yeezy 700, $210.
Even Drake's Noctis. Yeah, even Drake's Noctis are like kind of like a representation of the dad shoe now.
And what did you want to say about Yeezys when Jim was going on about them? Because he was talking about Kanye West shoe. He thinks.
Oh, I was trying to figure out if they were the Yeezy 350s that he was talking about.
They're too chunky.
We were trying to figure out which one he was because
they all look like they should be on Baby Spice at 1998.
But the 350s are like a sock with a comfortable boost sole. So I don't know if that was the one he was talking about because those aren't that bulky. But there's also like the Yeezy 750s that are just boots.
Now, these are
Yeezys.
Yeah, ugly shoe.
That's the 350.
Have you ever tried a pair?
Aren't you Jewish? Why are you still supporting this guy? Like, what does this fucking guy have to? What does this guy have to fucking do before we write these shoes?
He apologized.
Has he?
Yeah, he did.
He said he saw Jonah Hill in a movie and thought he was hilarious.
Jonah Hill turned him.
He actually just went on a rant saying that any Adidas Yeezy released right now is a fake Yeezy. Because they're suing him and he's no longer with them. That them using his silhouette. I mean, it's an Adidas Yeezy. He's like, they're all fake. They're not Yeezys.
Okay, you don't have to do this if it makes it hard for your business or whatever. What's the most overrated brand and what's your favorite brand? What's your least favorite brand?
Least favorite brand
of the popular brands that people like.
I would say not more so the brand. My least favorite is like the silhouettes. So like. I love a Jordan 1, but the abundance and the obsession behind it in the sneaker culture, I wasn't a fan of. And the same thing with the Yeezy, or the NMDs. I hated that wave because I knew it wasn't gonna last.
What's NMD?
It's an Adidas NMD. That was the first shoe that Kanye West wore before he released the Yeezys. And his influence at that time was so heavy that people were like reselling. So if you were to go to like these sneaker like events and these sneaker or like the flea market where people, every table was like filled with them. And to me, is like that's my biggest thing. Is like it's more so I'm not a fan of the silhouette that all these other resellers like follow this wave to where the whole sneaker wall becomes. Like my shoe store is a sneaker store. We sell everything and we sell shoes. We're sneakerheads. We love, I sell the same way I collect. It's just once that silhouette becomes the wave, and now that's like all of a sudden this $60 NMD or $80 NMD is a $300 shoe, and then 6 months later nobody wants it ever again. So it's like it really becomes just worthless stock for no reason. Like the Yeezys right now, nobody wants them, but at one point in time they were like $2,000 a pair, and now we sell them at $350.
So Puma are the worst.
Yeah.
Which sneaker brand?
This is a Puma, okay.
Which sneaker brand collaborated with fashion designer Virgil Abloh to create the 10 collection? He said Skechers. I think that's wrong, right?
Yeah, it's Nike.
Nike.
Off-White. It's Off-White.
Oh, Off-White.
Off-White.
You know about those, Jim?
That's his brand, or was his brand, maybe.
Isn't that the one that have the tags? You have to have the tags.
Yeah, it has the white.
You keep the tag. It's like
the
coach of the Dolphins.
I got some white ones, noise cancellation ones or something. They're like completely. It's ones, but it's all white. Everything's white. What are those called? The noise something or others. They were cool, but they're a little bit uncomfortable. I think I did a special.
Well, see, Jim. These are Off-Whites. See that red tag? You keep that on the shoe.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not keeping it.
$2,200.
When I first came to America, there was people keeping fucking tags on their hats. It's one thing to have the sticker, but tags on
But this way it shows you. This way from far away, people can say that's the Off-White.
That way they know.
Because the coach of the Dolphins, I don't know if you know, he had Off-Whites that he wore like for 3 games in a row, but you could see the tag on the sideline.
The tag on it, it's kind of like it signifies.
It's like a status thing.
No, I know it's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
If you're in the know, you're in the know.
Yeah. What sneaker brand is known for its collaboration with Japanese fashion label Como des Garçons?
I was surprised you didn't get this one. Really surprised you didn't get.
Yeah, what is it?
It's Converse.
Oh.
Yeah, have you seen those Chuck Taylors with the little heart on the side?
Oh, Amos wears the one with the heart.
I'm surprised you don't have a pair.
I bought about 4 pairs of John Vivardis Converse when John Vivardis, and it was the one that said All Star on the base, and then they brought it. There was like one that he brought out weapons with like zips on the side, and then like a pair of weapons with like that was like snake skin that I really liked.
Okay,
but that was the only.
I didn't get
the Como des Garçons.
I didn't get those either. Everyone wear. A lot of people wear it. Those things are huge.
Those are huge. It brought Converse back into the high fashion scene, and then I think at the same time that's when Nike acquired Converse.
You won't get them because Amos has them.
Correct.
Yeah, a good friend of mine.
Oh, so he
I
refuses
mean,
to wear
we're
them
friends
now?
with him, but he's not going to wear them together because he'll wear them on stage.
The only thing that me and Amos share are HIV.
Wow. What sneaker model became a cultural icon after being
I
featured in
make
the
jokes,
film?
people. I'm a joke maker.
I thought it was Back to the Future 2. It was
We don't share it. He has it. I'm fine.
And Back to the Future 2, the shoes that they laced up themselves, those are
Nike
real.
Air
though.
Mags.
Air
yeah,
Mags?
so yeah, Nike Air Mags. So they did 2 releases for them. They actually released. So in the movie, he was in 2015.
Yeah.
That's where he went.
And they brought the shoes
They brought
out.
them out 2015. They did an auction for them out of eBay to donate to his charity, and then they re-released them. I don't know the year. I think it's 2021 or 2020, maybe even 2018. One of those years, they re-released them again with the self-tying option.
Is there a battery in there?
Look,
You got to charge them. And
the
everything.
risk of being callous is Michael J. Fox needs those shoes, man.
Okay. Or you can use Velcro.
Yeah, but it's not as cool.
No,
So
it's
wait, you
cool.
have to charge them so they...
So you charge them. They did a whole entire actually. So then when they re-released those, they used them as a campaign to release their like technology based. They released running shoes like that, basketball. They even released a pair of Jordans where like all of them were like the self-tying, the adapts. They're like Nike basketball adapt, Jordan 11 adapt. So you just put them in, just zip, zip, and then you just use a button and go zip, zip, whichever, exactly like the movie.
Yeah, it looks...
I thought they were a good looking shoe as well.
I love the Air Mags.
Yeah.
One of my good friends, Bryson Tiller, he just got a pair and he wears them on tour. Yeah.
Vans was the we already talked about that, the skateboarding. Oh, the most expensive sneaker ever sold.
Oh, was Vans the right answer? Vans was
Yeah,
the right answer?
Vans, yeah. I think we had mentioned, oh, maybe we didn't, but that was... What is the most expensive sneaker ever sold? He said an original Air Jordan 1 that maybe MJ wore. You almost, when you said black and red, I thought you were going to get bread, but you didn't. $2 million is what he said. What's the most?
I would say yes and no. So for sure, the most expensive shoe ever sold would be like any auction, some of the auctioned off Jordans, and then there's a shoe actually above it, Kanye West. A sample Yeezy actually was acquired by somebody trying to launch a stock company to where you buy stocks into these collectible shoes. Like you just like, you know, he buys it. He sold the shoe for $8 million.
Oh my God.
$8 million. Now get this though, that same exact shoe just resold again for like I think $220,000.
Right, so who took a bath in that?
Man, bad. He took a bad loss in that one. But I would say like yeah. So that's like that was the most expensive shoe that I know that's ever been auctioned off.
I think I might have messed you up on the dinner part. Was that the dinner part thing? Or no?
No,
okay.
no.
All right, so this
He's
is...
got stuff.
But
is-
yeah, one of the most expensive like ongoing like solidified price shoe would be the Nike SB Paris Dunks. So they did a special release where they did London, was it London, Tokyo, Paris, and New York Pigeons. That's when they like were going crazy and like killing people in the streets. The Paris Dunk is only 150 pairs of shoes. And they actually had an artist make an entire art piece and they cut the canvas up and put it on 150 pairs of the shoes and sold 150 pairs.
What's been a shoe?
No two pairs are exactly the same because it's just one giant art piece canvas that was and they cut it up and put it a different piece in each shoe, and they released it only in pairs, 150 pairs. That's the most ongoing, solidified, most expensive shoe for like it's always at that price. It's always $150,000.
There's no story attached. It's just that.
There's no like I bought this one shoe on an auction. Wherever you find the shoe, it's over 100K. Doesn't matter where you find it.
Has there ever been a shoe that had a big launch and then just tanked? Like any business, there's ones that everyone thought this is like going to be the shoe, and maybe like was it Laval Ball? What he brought out his own shoes.
LaMelo or
The Big Baller brand.
Big Baller brand. What happened to Big Baller?
Whew. I think it went down when the brothers
Oh, it doesn't exist anymore?
No, I mean I think this thing still exists, but it's just
Well,
not
only
as
one
popular
of the
because they started
brothers
with-
is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one's
Well,
okay, one's not an NBA player, and one's a really good NBA player.
Yeah,
So there's like
one should be playing in China, one's really good, and the one never made the league.
Yeah, LaMelo's the best.
Well, you can go play in Australia.
Yeah, LaMelo. I think it went down when LaMelo. Everybody knew he was gonna be the best player, and then he was like, "I'm not dealing with Big Baller Brand at all." And then the older brother that was in the league was playing with them, and the shoe fell apart in the middle of the game on the Lakers court. Like,
There's a guy.
Oh, so the one that played for the Lakers isn't the best player? There's
No. The guy he's the
plays for the Hornets.
Because the other one was the first draft, wasn't he? The one,
Yeah, but
they finessed that.
The guy, he plays on the Hornets. I think he's injured right now, LaMelo Ball, but he's excellent. He's very good. He's a top
really
tier
good.
NBA player.
He's
And then
actually
his
good.
brothers are like,
who was the one who shoplifted in China?
That's the one that didn't make the league.
That's the one that needed the shoplift.
Needs to get bread to feed his family.
Isn't there a Clipper that has his own brand? God,
There's a couple of them, like Stoudemire.
Powell, maybe, or
he tried doing that too.
Norman Powell. God damn, I can't remember. Oh no, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Does he have his own brand?
Yeah, I looked through his.
I mean, Starboy. What's his name? Starboy. He started his own brand, and he was trying to sell like $20 shoes. I don't know what his name is, but that didn't go well at all. Stefan Marbury.
My son, we were watching Clippers game the other day, and he's like this. He goes, "Oh, Zubac. He's wearing the Hardens, and Harden's wearing the Hardens.
Yeah.
Right. So he's wearing the Hardens next to Harden.
Yeah.
And he goes, and then
Zubac's not getting his own line.
And Terrence Mann, he goes, Terrence Mann's wearing Skechers, Dad.
So do you guys know about the Adidas curse?
No.
So there's in the sneaker world, there's something called like an Adidas curse. So it could be because every time a player signs with Adidas, Tracy McGrady, Derrick Rose, James Harden, once they sign with them, ever since Kobe left Adidas and went to Nike, once they sign with them, their career just goes bam.
Oh,
so it's kind of like an Adidas curse.
For his age, is playing great basketball.
He might win with the Clippers this year. I don't know. The Celtics are very good, but the Clippers have a good team, so we'll see.
But yeah, there was always like the Adidas curse. Once you sign with Adidas, that's it. You go from being like the superstar to nobody.
It looks like Westbrook's out for the season.
Oh yeah,
he broke his hand.
Oh, that sucks. Damn. All right, there's a part of the show called Dinner Party Facts. We ask our expert to give us some fact, obscure, interesting about the subject they can use to impress people. What do you got, Michelangelo?
Okay, so this is actually one of my favorite sneaker stories of all time because I used to work for Nike, and it's hilarious. So, those exact same Nike SB shoes I was telling you about, the Nike SB Parises. So those Parises, they were like world famous. They were world famous, and of course Nike has like I think probably less now, but at the time probably like 5 or 10 pairs in their vaults that they kept. They were doing an actual display of Nike SB, like the culture and this is us, and they had that shoe on display in Nike Paris. And I don't know if it is Paris, don't quote me on that exact city, but it's out of Nike store, but you can find the receipt online. And it's in display, and it's in there like, hey, this is just for the build out. Nobody touched the shoe, brand new employee, first day on the job. Some customer walks in and goes, hey, are you guys selling those shoes? That looks like my size. And the guy's like, I think so. Let me see. Goes to the back, grabs the box, packages it up, takes it out of the glass case, sells it to the customer. And the shoe at this time is, I think, like 5 or 10 years old. So, the system's automatic. So the shoe's discounted now.
Oh.
So the guy buys the shoe for like $33. At the time, the shoe's already worth $25,000. Walks out hands-free with a receipt straight from Nike, buying a shoe 5 years later.
Oh, man.
Wow. Well, they resold it. He's just walking around in them. Hey, $33.
Oh, no. I think he knew. It was like at the time there was something called Nike. There was a Nike SB forum. And
why were they in the register though? Why were they in the?
Because they had sold them at one point.
At one point, they still like the barcode still worked. The register, their systems are like automatic. Right. They don't zero them out.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm sure they fixed it by now.
Yeah, I'm sure they fixed it by now. We're like, hey, this is a display item.
Yeah.
Well, Michelangelo Falcon, thanks for being here. If you're in LA, go to his store, Equvalence. It's a really cool sneaker and clothing store on Ventura in LA. And Encino, yeah. Boba N Tings, which is also, it's a boba tea and collectible store. And this new product, this is new, right? The QUIQ Cleaning.
Yep, we just
I was using crap to clean my sneakers, so I'm so glad you brought that. I was using like the eraser thing, and then I have a cloth. Like I actually need the real stuff.
So that was
if you need to clean your sneakers, QUIQcleaning.com. Thanks for bringing this here, and thanks for being here.
My son's gonna love that cleaner, man. He is, because if he plays a game and he's like, my shoe's a bit scuffed up, and he thinks they're gonna fucking look the same all the time, and you get to wear them all the time. So this is going to good use, mate. I could do a fucking full-time podcast on shoes. You just do an episode on. I bet you there's fucking 100 podcasts on shoes,
probably,
right?
I don't know. I have no
There's
clue.
probably. But if there's a hole in that
market,
market,
switch this into a shoe podcast.
We could do a shoe podcast. We could do an added on shoe podcast.
Maybe a personal guest.
Yeah, man. And can I get your number?
Yeah, of course.
Where's plug your store again? Where is it?
in Encino on Ventura Boulevard, 18007 Ventura Boulevard. It's called Equvalence. It's like right there.
Minus the I. Equivalence minus the
I
I.
live just up the fucking road, man. I'm coming to see you. No bullshit. I'm coming to see you.
Yeah, it's
Same number now.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring me boy down and we'll have a look.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you're ever at a party and someone comes up to you and goes, that shoe in the glass case there, that's my size. I was wondering if I can purchase it. Go, I don't know about that. And walk away. Good night, Australia.